Welcome to my humble abode, your go-to channel for skincare. I'm not a professional and I don't claim to be one. I am just a girl who is crazy over skincare. So in today's video, we are going to be discussing a K-beauty brand called Real Barrier. If you are interested in this brand, honey, your skin is in a dark place. But don't worry, I got you. Long story short on Real Barrier, basically they are a brand that says that their products will be able to fix your skin barrier. So how do you know that your skin barrier is damaged? So you'll notice signs of redness, inflammation, dehydration, itchiness, flakiness, and even acne flare-ups. A weak or damaged skin barrier is normally very dry or dehydrated, so the skin cannot lock in moisture, and this makes it easier for irritants and bacteria to penetrate into the skin. Okay, so I want you to know that I have been on this journey. I damaged my skin barrier. I struggle with insanely dehydrated skin, and long story short, the reason for this is because I found out about chemical exfoliation and I literally bathed myself in salicylic acids, AHAs, and I actually exfoliated my skin to the point of where I, over the long term, really damaged my barrier. So before we get into the brand, there's some stuff that we need to understand about the skin so that you can understand how I formulate my conclusion about this brand and its products. So your skin barrier is made up of 3 parts, right? 50% of it is ceramides, 25% of it is cholesterol, and 15% of it is fatty acids. So this is our skin. Normally it would be tight locked, so the bad stuff can't get in and the good stuff stays locked in. So ours doesn't look like this. Ours actually looks like this. So moisture just gets lost. Bacteria, infections, etc. can come in. We've damaged our skin barrier. So in order to restore that skin barrier, we need to have ingredients that are heavy on ceramides, heavy on cholesterol, and heavy on fatty acids, because that is what is going to actually restore our barrier. So when I say humectants, I mean a humectant is a product that draws moisture from around it and it locks it into your skin. Humectants cannot heal the skin barrier, but they play an essential task of keeping the skin moisturized while you repair your skin barrier. So ideally what we want is lots of ceramides, lots of cholesterol, lots of fatty acids, and we want humectants in there as well while all of this is happening. Now that we understand the ingredients that we need to look for to restore our skin barrier, this is how we are going to judge the ingredient list in the Real Barrier products. So the Real Barrier comes with 5 products. The first is the cleansing foam. Then you have an essence toner. There are 2 moisturizers. There's an intense moisturizer and then there's an extreme moisturizer. And lastly, there's an essence mist. So I bought this whole pack for 195 Rand from Seoul of Tokyo, which is incredibly affordable for the type of problem that we're going through. That being said, there is hope for you. It will take you about a minimum of 2 weeks before you can actually start seeing your skin barrier is being restored. Some of you guys, I'm gonna have to put you off, and I'm just gonna have to let you know that this products have essential oils in it. They have 3 essential oils: vetiver root oil, lavender oil, and orange peel oil. So if you have a sensitivity to essential oils, this range is not for you. Move on. You know the ingredients that you need to be looking for. to restore your skin barrier. So I'm not gonna lie, I did find it a bit strange that they would have essential oils in every single product that is in here. And it just, I mean, if you have an impaired barrier, chances are that you do have sensitivity towards essential oils. But that's not necessarily always the case. Like, for example, with me, I have very dehydrated skin. My skin is very, very dry, but I don't have a sensitivity towards essential oil. So in this case, yes, there is a market for it. I just feel like if you just removed all of the essential oils, you know, your target market would be so much bigger. But anyway, so without further ado, let's dig into the products. Let's discuss the cream cleansing foam. The way I'm going to do these products is I'm going to group the various categories that the ingredients belong to. So first we're going to look at the surfactants, because when you have an impaired skin barrier, you really need very mild surfactants. So you need something that's going to really wash your skin and get your dirt off, but is not going to strip your skin and strip the oils in your skin, because you've already got very dehydrated skin. So you can't afford to be losing any moisture, especially during your cleanse. But at the same time, you still need to get the shit off your face, you know. So the surfactants that they use here are potassium cocolyl glycinate, and this is a very mild surfactant. It's an amino based cleansing agent, and you must remember that aminos are the building blocks of the skin, so really good. And then there's a few other surfactants, I'll just list them at the bottom below, but all of these are really gentle surfactants, so there's no expectation for your skin to be stripped. Then they have some really nice moisturizers, emollients, and humectants in here, such as sunflower seed oil, which is a really good fatty acid, allantoin, panthenol. So nice moisturizing agents in here that are going to not strip your skin and still keep your skin moist. There are 5 essential oils in here, and I'm okay with it because you are going to wash it off your face. It's not going to be on your face long enough to irritate your skin. So overall, I was quite happy with the ingredient list on this cleansing foam. I find myself reaching for this foam all the time because it really does a really good job at cleaning my skin. It does get all of the dirt off my face, but it does not strip my skin at all. So I'm quite happy with this product, and I think that I'm actually going to buy a large and actually just keep it as part of my staples, because I absolutely really like this cleansing foam. Okay, so the next product in this line that we're looking at is the Essence Toner, and what I want here is ceramides, because remember 50% of your skin is made up of ceramides. And what I've noticed in this ingredient list is, yes, there are ceramides in here. So one of the ceramides that are in here is a pseudoceramide, so it's synthetically created ceramide, and then there is ceramide 3. However, it is like in the middle of the ingredient list, so that like I'm like, oh, but I need ceramide on the top, right? Because that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for ceramides first, and then I'm looking for cholesterol, and then I'm looking for fatty acids, and then I'm looking for humectants. Okay, so you've given me ceramides, not as much as I need. That's okay. Let me now look for cholesterols. I didn't find cholesterols. Let's look for fatty acids. There is sunflower seed oil, and it is high on the ingredient list, so that's awesome. And glyceryl stearate. So you're giving me fatty acids, so the concentration of the fatty acids is high, so I'm happy with that. Let's look for humectants. There's glycerin, there's propanadol, there's xylitol, sodium hyaluronate cross polymer. What I like about the sodium hyaluronate cross polymer is that it is a chain of hyaluronidates. This is actually a product that you find in fillers, so it's really good because it's really going to plump your skin and give you that full look that you need. And I think that, you know, when you're coming from a dehydrated place, you need that. So very, very gorgeous ingredients. I love that one. Then there's sodium hyaluronate, also a really beautiful humectant. Hydrolyzed hyaluronic acid, butylene glycol, pentanol, beta glucan, allantoin. So really good humectants. And remember what I said, that you need humectants while you are in the process of repairing your barrier, but humectants cannot do the barrier repair for you. So a lot of humectants and moisturizing ingredients that you're getting there, and of course those 3 essential oils that come with it. So you can look at the essence toner as the support for the humectant. So you're going to get a lot of humectants from there. It's not so heavy on the ceramides, there were no cholesterol, and there was a tad amount of fatty acids. Because there are so many forms of hyaluronic acid that was there, so hyaluronic acid is usually sticky, and I mean, because it's giving you, I think it's 4 different types of hyaluronic acid, which means that the molecular sizes are different. The texture of it is quite sticky. So the next product, there are 2 types of moisturizers. So the one is an intense moisture cream, and this is meant to give you 48 hours of hydration. And then there's an extreme cream, and this is meant to give you 72 hours of hydration. So what you will notice with brands is a lot of the ingredients actually start to show throughout their product line. And the reason for this is when they buy ingredients, they buy it in bulk amounts. So they have to use it. So you keep seeing the same ingredients showing up in all of the products. And this is no different in the case of Real Barrier. So it's very much the same products, but obviously the concentration of it now changes. To keep it very simple for you, I found the extreme cream to be a lot more useful than the intense cream. Okay, so let's discuss the extreme cream, right? It has the pseudoceramide in it, but it's in the middle of the ingredient list, so it's not a very high concentration of it. There are cholesterols in here, so there's olive oil, hydrogenated vegetable oil, and phytosterols. So those are your cholesterols, but they're not high up on the list either. They're also towards the middle, but still higher than the ceramides. But remember that we need more ceramides than we do need cholesterol. And then there's fatty acids. So once again, fatty acids are higher on the concentration list in this cream. And the fatty acids that are here: capric triglyceride, stearic acid, glyceryl stearate, polyglycerol distearate. So lots of fatty acids in here, and obviously the humectants. And the humectants that you're finding in here once again are butylene glycol, propanadol, panthenol, sodium hyaluronate, allantoin, and a few others. So once again, the humectants coming through gang loads. So what we can say in this is that there's a lot of fatty acids and there's a lot of humectants in the extreme cream. So my experience with the extreme cream, my skin really liked it. I kept the moisture and the hydration, and definitely those fatty acids and those humectants were coming through, because I slept throughout the whole night, and when I woke up my skin was still very plump and very moisturized, which is something that I really love, because with my damaged skin barrier, what happens is I can't hold on to that hydration well. So when I wake up in the morning, my skin just looks like chalk all over again, because, you know, dehydrated AF. So I was very, very happy with this cream. I really liked it, and I thought that it did a really good job in giving me that fatty acids that my skin needs, and in giving me the humectants that it requires. So now let's look at the Essence Mist. Very exciting, because now the ceramide is sitting very high on the ingredient list. In fact, this pseudoceramide that they have is 5th on the ingredient list. So this is what you need. Your skin makes up 50% of the ceramides, so you want a high concentration of ceramides. So already the mist is doing really well, but it is the only ceramide that is in there. Then we're looking for cholesterol. There is cholesterol in here. It's the phytosterol, but it's in the middle of the ingredient list, so you're not getting a lot of cholesterol. And then there is some fatty acids, very similar to all the other fatty acids that we were seeing: capric triglyceride, sorbitan stearate, glycerol stearate, and then the humectants coming through. Propionadol, panthenol, hyaluronic acid, allantoin, and then, like I said, all of the products have those 3 essential oils. My experience with the mist was that my skin really loved the mist, and I can see why it loved the mist is because the mist had the highest amount of ceramides in it. So it had ceramides, it had very little cholesterol, sufficient fatty acids, and then obviously the humectants. So in this whole range, you are definitely getting your ceramides, you're getting your cholesterol, you're getting your fatty acids, and you're getting your humectants. However, I just feel like the order of the concentration of which you're getting doesn't come through strong enough to really support your barrier. There's not enough ceramides in this range, unfortunately. Then there is cholesterol in there, but you're not getting a ton of cholesterol, and that's the second thing on that ingredient list that you want to see in a high concentration, because it makes up 25% of your skin barrier. So you're seeing it, but it's not really coming through that much. But what is coming through in this range is that you're getting a very high amount of fatty acids, and you're getting a lot of humectants in it. So definitely fits what you require, but not to the exact concentrations that you need it. So do I think that this range is good enough to completely repair your barrier? I think, one, it depends on how badly your barrier is damaged, and you know, this range can actually work perfectly fine for you and restore your barrier because it is not as badly damaged. But to the extent that my barrier has taken a knock, I definitely need a lot more ceramides and a lot more cholesterol. So to assist this range, I actually paired with my Skin Functional liquid moisturizer, which is 2% ceramides plus GABA. I actually have a whole video dedicated to that, so if you want more information on that product, I will list it in the description box below. Okay, so last thoughts. This mini kit is 195 Rand. It will definitely last you a month if you were using it. And remember, I said you just need a minimum of 2 weeks to start repairing your barrier. So I think that for its price point and the fact that you're getting quite a lot of fatty acids and humectants in it, there is definitely a place for it in your skincare routine. But you will definitely need to aid the whole kit with a product that is very ceramide intensive, as well as aid the kit with products that have more cholesterol, because really what you're getting here is a ton of fatty acids and a ton of humectants. I know, I apologize that this video was so different to the way I normally do it, but I really just needed to educate you properly so that if you don't choose to go for this range, in your quest for products that will build your skin barrier, you know exactly what you're looking for and the concentrations in which you need the ingredients in those products. Fixing a damaged barrier can be a bit complicated, but if you understand that your skin barrier is damaged, it means that you're skin intelligent, and you'd have been able to sit through this video to actually understand what it is that you really require, because you are my skin intelligent audience. If you like this video, please click the thumbs up button. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, you've gotten this far, so you might as well subscribe to it. And it's always just a fabulous time with, even when I have to give you complicated skin advice. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate your time.